Welcome to Yarn Creations by Lana. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to crochet a dishcloth. This is a great little project for a beginner because it will help teach you to keep your rows even. It's small, so it works up pretty quickly, and it's something that is practical. You can use it or you can gift it to someone. The only materials you will need for this project is cotton yarn. It doesn't matter what brand, what color, or what size skein you get, it just needs to say on there that it's cotton. Those wash the best and they work the best if you're going to use them for washing dishes. You will also need a 5 or 5.5 size crochet hook. You will need a pair of scissors and you will need a darning needle. Don't forget that a darning needle has a larger eye for threading your yarn through, and it has a blunt end. You don't need anything really sharp. So let's get started. Today I'll be using the size 5 crochet hook. You can really use the 5.5. It's just personal preference. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a slip knot on the crochet hook. And if you need a refresher on how to do that, just go back to my very first video that will teach you all of the basic stitches. And we're going to chain 30. Remember, you just loop your yarn around and pull it through that first loop that was on your hook, and that is the first chain. Remember, we never count what's on the crochet hook. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you have 10. Try not to make your chain too tight, but not too loose either. If you make it really tight, it draws in the bottom of your project. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now you have 30 chain. So the first thing we're going to do for row 1 is just a simple single crochet. You're going to skip the first one. Remember, we don't count the one on the hook. You skip the first stitch and you crochet into the second stitch. Put your crochet hook into the stitch, pull the yarn through. You have 2 on your hook. Wrap it around and pull it through both. Insert your crochet hook, pull the yarn through, wrap it around and pull it through 2. That's a single crochet all the way down. Insert your hook, pull your yarn through, wrap it around and pull it through 2. Now you're going to complete the entire row this way. So you finish your row and I'll meet you here when you're done. Now the first row of single crochet has been completed, and at the end of that row you're going to just chain 1. Remember to wrap your yarn around, pull it through, that's a chain. And we're going to turn your work around and work from this side. Now we're going to still continue with a single crochet, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to either crochet in the front part of the stitch or the back part of the stitch only. If you tip your work up, you can see here, you can see the front part of the stitch which faces you and the back part of the stitch which faces away. So let's begin. Remember not to crochet into that chain stitch or your project is going to get wider. So we're going to do the first one in the back of the crochet. So we're going to stick your hook in, pull your yarn through, wrap it around and pull it through 2. Now you've done the first single crochet in the back part of the stitch. So the next one we're going to single crochet in the front part. So insert your hook into the front part only, pull your yarn through, wrap it around and pull it through again. And then we're going to do the back part of the third one. And then the front part of the fourth one. And we're going to continue that pattern all the way down to the end of that row. It might take a little bit of practice to get used to it, but it's not complicated at all. Remember, in the back part only, and the front part only. So let's finish that row. Here we have finished the first row of the design of the dishcloth. Now that we have ended this row, we're going to chain one, turn your work again, and this time we're going to start on the front. You're going to keep alternating. So if you ended on the back of this row, you're going to do the front of the next row. So insert your hook into the front, do a single crochet, and then the back, and then the front, and back, and front. And that is all you do. Every row is exactly the same. You alternate stitches, chain one at the end, and turn it. So let's work a few rows and then meet me back here again. Now that we've finished a few rows, your project should look something like this. And this is how I determine if it's a good size. If you just fold it diagonally, corner to corner, it won't be exact, but if it's pretty close, that's a good size. Now we're going to end the project. So at the end of this row, you're going to chain one again, just like we did on all the other rows, and you're going to flip it around. Now you're going to do a straight single crochet in both loops all the way down. So here's one. Remember, you're going through both loops. This will just finish it up nice. Single crochet into both loops, pull your yarn through, wrap it around, and pull it through again. So meet me at the end of this row and I'll show you how to tuck in your ends. Then after you have completed that very last row of the regular single crochet going into both loops, you're going to take a pair of scissors and cut a little tail, leaving a little bit to weave in. You will also have a tail at the very beginning down here. I've already weaved that yarn in, so you'll have to do both ends. Just take your crochet hook and pull that through. Now we're going to take a darning needle, thread it into there. Now the thing about weaving in an end is you don't want to go into all of the spaces because then your yarn will pull right out. So you want to go through where the yarn is pretty dense. So let's find some spots on the end here where the crochet is pretty tight, and you're going to just pull that yarn right through here. Now you can do that 3 or 4 times and that'll help it keep from pulling out after it's been washed. So let's find another area and weave your yarn in. Go a little bit higher and weave it in there. You just want to weave it in nice and tight if you can. And if it ever comes loose, you can just tuck it in again. Okay, there we go. I think that should be good. We're going to take our scissors, cut it as close as you can. And there you have your completed dishcloth. I hope you enjoyed today's video on learning to make your own dishcloth. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and always feel free to share it. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, happy crocheting.